welcome to another session of National Education Policy 2020 under the aegis of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Middle East. Today, we are going to discuss Foundational Literacy and Numeracy under the NEP 2020. I am Meenakshi Nair, Vice Principal Bhavans Kuwait, and I have with me Ms. Munira Mamikutti, Headmistress of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Kuwait. So what is the vision for foundational literacy and numeracy in NEP 2020, and what are the objectives that have been laid out? Could you please let us know about that?
The vision for NEP 2020, one is regarding literacy, to enable children become independent and engaged readers and writers. So from learning to read, there should be a transition from learning to read to reading to learn.
Oh, that's a very profound statement.
Yes.
From learning to read to reading to learn.
So have you understood the difference in that?
Yes.
So learning to read is first you teach them the phonic sounds.
Yes.
Join sounds, amalgamate sounds to form words, words to form sentences, then sentences to form paragraphs and they comprehend. Then reading to learn. So once children master how to read, then they can read in any discipline.
Yes.
Whether it is science, social science, they'll be able to comprehend if they are taught at a very early age to decode and read.
Yes.
And then the next one is building the concepts in mathematics, like computation skills, number sense, so that they can connect their learning to their day-to-day life and for higher learning as well.
So Bhavans Middle East has expanded its wings far and wide all over the Middle East, with a new branch in Sharjah also coming up. So how have schools under the Bhavans Middle East embraced the foundational literacy and numeracy framework?
Before I tell you that, let me tell you the objectives of NEP 2020. Acquisition of phonemic awareness is the first one. So, as I told you, children learn the sounds. We teach them through the phonic sounds. So the phonemic awareness should be given first.
Okay.
Once they learn once they get the phonemic awareness, they'll be able to amalgamate the sounds to form words.
That is knowledge of the language.
Knowledge of language, whichever language it is. It's not just English.
That is why I can see the impact is more impetus is given for the mother tongue
also. Yes. Then the next, and you know, in the earlier years, they used to say that you have to forget your mother tongue to learn a new language, which is wrong, which is a myth actually. If you are well versed in your mother tongue, you can use those sounds for learning new languages, new sounds.
True.
And another important thing is that, you know, before the age of 10, if children are exposed to a lot of sounds, so that's why you can see children growing up outside. Like for example, in an Arab country like this, children learn the sounds in English, they have their mother tongue sounds, and they learn the sounds of Arabic language, which is not there in our mother tongue or in English. So you see the number of sounds the children learn, and this actually will activate the neurons in their brain, which gives them, you know, the capacity to learn anything, the capacity to associate with others, and they don't have those inhibitions.
And in a class where you have different students coming from different states, there is opportunity to learn different languages from India itself.
Exactly. Yes. And the next one is reading comprehension. So it's not just important that children read, but they should comprehend what they are reading. Right? So otherwise it's just mechanical reading. They don't comprehend. Once they learn to comprehend the whichever subject which is their first language in which they're learning the subjects, so it will become easy for them to understand any subject matter. Then the next one is vocabulary development. We see that children read a lot. All right, but then when it comes to the writing or the speaking part, we don't see most of these children using what they have learned. So their vocabulary is not being enriched. So what NEP 2020 says is that when you teach language to children, they should be able to read, they should be able to comprehend, and their vocabulary should be enriched. Then the next one is the writing proficiency. That is, once you are able to read, you should be able to write as well. So you must have seen, like, we even discuss about teachers after completing their post-graduation in English and all those things. When we ask them to write a piece of report, it is not written well. Why? Because the foundation was not given properly. Next comes the numerical operations. So children, by the time they reach grade 3, as per NEP 2020, by the time they reach grade 3, they should be able to do all the mathematical operations without any, without any inhibition, without any doubt.
Basic mathematical operations.
Operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication.
Yes.
And they should have a number sense. So once you give this foundation at that stage, it'll be easy for them to understand whichever
And it
concept.
is so very important.
Very important.
Yes.
You know how much importance we give to learning tables now.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So, and this, if they can do these, that is, they have good literacy and numeracy skills, problem solving becomes very easy for them.
Very easy. I can really understand how important it is to pay a lot of attention for all the schools in the foundation literacy and numeracy. Now, Bhavan's Middle East has expanded its wings far and wide all over the Middle East, with a new branch opening in Sharjah also. So, could you tell me how Bhavan's Middle East has embraced foundation literacy and numeracy framework?
First of all, we should understand what Bhavan's Middle East, what kind of institution we are. We are an inclusive, all our institutions are inclusive in nature, and we give a holistic development to our children. That is not just in academics, we have co-curriculars, we have extracurriculars, and whenever there is an opportunity for our children to perform, we don't shy from taking our children over there. So we look at the cognitive development, the psychomotor development of our children, the numeracy development, and the literacy development. Now, we have always been activity-based. We have always embraced activity-based learning, even before NEP 2020.
Yes,
right?
we have always been.
Yes. So, first thing, in line with NEP 2020, if you ask me, our literacy, we facilitate learning of languages with the phonics. And phonic sounds are taught right from kindergarten. And now we have our own custom-made curriculum and custom-made books to go at par with these themes and ideas that we have. So we have the SATPIN approach, SAT, PIN.
Okay.
These are the first 6 letters we teach.
Oh.
Yeah, so this has proven to be a success. So we have been having this for 2 years now, and our first batch completed the kindergarten, are in first standard. We can make out a drastic difference between them and children we get from the other schools, because our children are able to read fluently.
Yeah.
So what we do is, once we teach the first 6 letters, we teach words along with that, 2-letter, 3-letter words along with that, and then we go to the next 6 letters. So children learn the sounds and reading together. Then the next is, we help children comprehend numbers, measurements, with the use of many, we have all these toys, toy pedagogy, activity-based pedagogy. We use all that to teach numbers. So it is not a very formal way in which we teach. Children feel that they are playing, but they are learning.
They're learning, yes.
And then we provide high-quality teaching learning materials. We have set up learning centers where children go and explore and learn. We have imaginary play rooms. We have a storytelling room. And we have a lot of manipulatives like puppets, toys, all these things just to help children. When their children use manipulatives, they become confident
And
speakers.
that makes their learning so enjoyable
So
also.
enjoyable.
Yeah, so they love coming to schools.
Yes, and we also have capacity building programs for our teachers.
Yeah.
So it is not just that we have everything in place and our teachers are not able to deliver. That is where most of the time our, the schools in our rural areas fail.
Yes.
Everything is in place, but are the teachers trained for that?
That is so very important.
Yes.
Training of the staff is
Staff
so
is
very,
very
important.
important.
Yes.
So, in summary, we can say that the National Education Policy recognizes the critical importance of foundational literacy and numeracy skills in a child's education and development. It outlines a comprehensive approach to ensure that all children have access to quality early childhood learning and acquire these essential skills by the time they reach grade 3.
Understanding that our children are our future and it's an investment, it is very important. India is a young nation because our population has a high proportion of youth, which is a major advantage for our country. So tomorrow's youth is our investment. We need to give a strong foundation with the necessary skill at an early age and help them to grow into confident global citizens. Educators, teachers and facilitators, let us get together, create happy classrooms wherever every day is a celebration of learning. We wish all youngsters a happy learning. We will be back with another episode of NEP 2020 next week. Thank you. Have a good day.